Through this measure that we have filed today, I am now sponsoring, we will provide ABS with a provisional franchise or with a franchise, a full-blooded franchise with limited period until October 31, 2020, within which both the House of Representatives and the Senate will hear the issues being raised for and against the renewal and assess with complete impartiality and fairness whether or not the network shall be granted a franchise for another 25 years. We cannot, in good conscience, sweep the accusation under the rug and proceed as if nothing happened. As we have always promised, these hearings will be fair, impartial, and above all, thorough. To the celebrities of ABS-CBN, yes, marami kayong fans dito sa Congress, but please be reminded that loyalty to the company that has given you a good life is important. But you cannot cry injustice and blame public servants when you lose your paycheck or your show, yet not take notice of the fact, yes, the fact, that there are grave issues against your network. These include alleged violation, again, alleged violations of labor laws, tax laws, and even constitutional law, even election laws. By all means, let your voices of support for your network be heard. By all means, sabihin natin sa kababayan ang mga magandang nagawa ng network. But if you really want to join the public debate, find it in your heart, find it in your indignation to also support due process and fact-finding as the issue is imbued with public interest, not just your interest. I understand it's hard for any employee to speak against the company that it serves. But there are employees who are speaking out against ABS. And this is the only time that they will be listened to. Every time na may 25-year franchise renewal, doon lang pinapakinggan eh. Yes, you have the courts, you have the labor arbiters, but how long does that take? And if it shows a pattern, hindi naman magde-decide ang labor arbiter about that eh. Di ba? Yung social justice po, kasama po yan sa franchise. Kasi public utilities po ito. Sa mga dilawan, nothing I say will make you agree with me. You don't even agree on the facts, simply because you think your opinions are law and are always correct. Former Senator Trillanes and you deserve each other. Kayo na lang mag-usap. Pero konting advice and take it from me. Don't disagree with him, papatayan kayo ng mic. Sa mga DDS o diehard Duterte supporters, I know you want to shut down ABS-CBN. Believe me when I say I hear you. Many in this August hall hear you. Congress hears you. As a friend and political ally of the President, part of the purpose of having this hearing is to make sure that history will judge our actions as just, na may hustisya po. And that the world will not blame the Duterte administration in case the franchise application is denied. So it's only by having these hearings where we'll be able to justify to our people now and where history can look back and say, tama pala na binigay nyo yung franchise in 25 years. Or mali pala, dapat pala hindi nyo binigyan. O tama pala na hindi nyo binigyan. Or maybe some amendments to it, depending on what we find out during the hearings. Lastly, to the management and employees of ABS-CBN, alam po namin na sa panahon ng COVID, marami po ang umaasa sa balita ng ABS-CBN. At kahit naman may iba pang stasyon, may mga bahagi pa rin ng Pilipinas na inaabot lang ng isang network ng ABS-CBN. Wala naman siguradong makakatanggi na tumutulong ang ABS-CBN sa efforts ng local at national government. Kabilang sa DOH, IATF, DILG at iba pang ahensya ng gobyerno at local government units, tumutulong ang ABS-CBN upang maibsan ang epekto ng COVID-19. That goes the same with the other calamities. Nandito po si Majority Leader Martin Romualdez. Ted Filon is in the building. ABS-CBN was there during Yolanda and helped rebuild. We also know that ABS-CBN was there when yung lugar po ni D.S. Rani Abu, ang lugar po ng ating mga kababayan Batanggenyo, was ravaged by the explosion of Taal. So, hindi po namin tinatanggal yan sa network nyo. Hindi lang sa panahon ito, kundi sa iba pang mga sakuna at trahedya ng mga nagdaang taon. Nandun po kayo. Ngunit sa kabila ng lahat ng ito, kailangan pa ding sagutin ang mga katanungan ng mga tao. Ang konstitusyon sinasabi na kailangan ng renewal ng franchise. And this is the time to ask the questions. There is no question that you have been part of nation building, part of the Philippine history, part of who we are today. But as you yourself have said through your officers, you are not perfect. You are not a perfect network. And I agree. Why do I agree? Wala naman pong perfecto talaga, Diyos lang. No one is perfect. And that is why we need these hearings. If it is done properly, we will emerge stronger and unified. So is it too much to ask that you give Congress the opportunity to do the same? To ask all sides. Ano ba ang tamang ginawa ng ABS? Why should we give them another 25 years? Ano naman ang mali nila na dapat tanggalin natin sa kanila? Paano naman empleyado nila? Paano ang investments nila over the last 25 years? Totoo bang nakialam sa eleksyon o hindi? Importante ang freedom of press. Pero hindi ba importante din na ang eleksyon natin is free and fair? Na kahit sinong Pilipino, may pera man o wala, may equal chance? Pero if you only have two giant networks in our country and 95% of our people watch your news and you can sway who you want them to vote for by just using one network, isn't that as much a threat to democracy as damaging the freedom of the press or freedom of speech? I echo the words of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte when he tells you, ABS-CBN, and also all the members of media, simply do your job. Do not fear, do your job. Call out injustice and corruption whenever you see it. Protect the weak from the powerful and give voice to the voiceless. This is your mandate. Kahit dito sa Kongreso, kung anong maling gagawin dito, i-report nyo. To speak truth freely and fearlessly to power. But beware, yes, beware, that you do not become the power that you hope to check. Huwag nyo din po i-underestimate ang power ninyo. Because kapag ginamit nyo yung network para sa injustice, multiplied to 1,000,000 times over. Walang laban din po ang biktima ng injustice sa inyo. Magkamali lang kayo sa news sa pangalan o yung bahay. Sira na reputasyon ng isang tao. Hindi na madaling ibalik yun. Some of your reporters, and let me emphasize again, some reporters or in the newsroom of ABS-CBN repeatedly say, di ba sabi mo, ikaw mismo ang mag-on ng transmitter kung sa pilitan isasara ang istasyon. Yes po, I said that right outside this hall. I said it based, of course, on the premise and on the promise of NTC and on my consultations na hindi isasara. But I did say it, na pagka pinatay, ako mismo mag-on. Pero ang sagot ko sa hamon nyo, hindi ba voluntarily pinatay nyo yung transmitter nyo? Wala pa naman nag-enforce dun Pwede naman kayo pumunta sa korte. Pwede kayong humingi ng temporary restraining order habang nagro-broadcast pa kayo. Notice pa lang na sa inyo, order. If the order is illegal, padalan mo ako order sa bahay na lumayas ako sa bahay ko. Alam kong bahay ko yon. Pupunta ako sa korte, hindi ako voluntary alis sa bahay. But I respect yung diskarte nyo. Yan ang naging strategy, yan ang decision nyo. Maybe you wanted to humble yourself before the law. Maybe gusto nyo magpaawa. Hindi ko alam. But I respect your decision. But kayo sa ilan lang naman. na paulit-ulit pline-play, sinasabi, sabi mo, i-on mo eh. Paano ko i-on eh, kayo nagpatay? Pero ngayon, sa araw na to, para wala na tayong pagtalunan, para matapos na yung usapan, we will begin the process of turning on your transmitter by giving you a franchise until October 31, 2020. And we will not pass the buck. We will have the hearing, tatapusin namin to, at tao ang magja-judge kung dapat kayo bigyan o hindi ng prangkisa.